Yung 5
Aggregates.
aggregates. Okay? So saan ko nakikita yung suffering? Because of the 5 aggregates. And paano ko ma-attain ng suffering? Sa Buddhism. If I understand what? If I meditate on what?
Suffering. If you
Na ano? Suffering is what I experience, but how would I understand yung point nitong suffering? If I see na ano sila, itong aggregates. Empty. Walang kinalaman. So what is meaningful in Buddhism is non-meaning. I was hoping na kahit towards the end sa 5th chapter, ma-point out mo yun na sa Buddhism, walang meaning. Ang meaningful life sa West, sa Buddhism, non-meaning. Walang, what is meaning in Filipino? Walang halaga. Halaga, no? Ano? Saysay. Walang saysay. Yan ang saysay para sa Buddhism. Meaning in life, yung meaning in life sa West, for Buddhism is non-meaning. Walang saysay. Walang saysay ang buhay. And hindi yun nakakapangamba sa akin. Okay? So, sana yung main idea natin na mapapakita sa dulo, it's based on that. Walang saysay. It's empty. I have to meditate on that emptiness. Kasi, itong skandhas ang nakakakos sa akin ng suffering. Gets mo ba ako, brother?
Yes.
O ngayon, takot ka sa akin, di ba? O kinakabahan ka. Dahil yan nasisense mo na magkaibang tao tayo. Pero kung naiisip mo na magkaisa lamang tayo, hindi ka matatakot. Kung nakita mo na isang diwa lamang tayong lahat, hindi tayo matatakot. Kasi empty. Yun yung point ng Buddhism. Okay? Pero again, yung point ko kanina, it's nice na may Eastern philosophy. Very elementary discussion. Pero mapapaganda. Okay? So, wag ka manginig-ginig dyan. Sige. Salamat po, Father.
Okay, thank you, Sir Anton, for that so very clear questions, and I hope you will consider it, Alfred. No, actually, I have the same observation also. Actually, I have written here, why just focus on Buddha or the Buddha's notion of suffering? Why do you need to mention Confucius and Taoism? Because anyway, in your chapter 3, you focus on Buddha. Why do you need to include Confucius and the Taoist explanation about suffering? So almost the same question or line of questioning of Sir Anton. I would like to ask this question, sort of to maybe a way for me to understand the understanding of suffering, especially in the line of Buddha, no? Buddhism. Where is suffering coming from? Where is suffering coming from? Where are the causes of suffering?
From Buddhism idea, the causes of suffering is about the ignorance of human.
So ignorance of human beings.
Yes, sir,
That's
Father.
the reason why human beings are suffering.
Yes, Father.
Ignorance from what?
From the it's a suffering, the causes of suffering, which the human being in the world, they just letting it to be there, letting suffering to be subject.
Yes, I would like to make myself as a layperson or layman's situation, meaning I do not know about this kumbaga, bakit ba ako nahihirapan sa buhay? If I will be that person who will ask you, why am I suffering? What can be your answer to that in the line of Buddhism? Why am I suffering?
So for me, why I am suffering, because human beings is more attached from the things in the world, which man needs more um, needs more things that he wanted to be satisfied.
That's why the Buddhists, normally Buddhist monks, they isolate themselves because they don't want to be attached to the world or worldly things. How about if the one of the cause of suffering, like for example, in reality, no, people are suffering because of political reason or persons or government officials who are corrupt. No, those who are corrupt, those who are without concern for others, is that considered also part of Buddha's sources of suffering of a human being?
Yes, Father, because this not being
So for example, like this, how will you tell me I'm suffering because our government officials are not giving the proper due for me as a citizen? How will you explain that suffering to me?
because we are
Will you tell me, oh, it's okay, you accept it, it's all right anyway? Is that how you will tell me?
we are because we are based in a meaningful life in the others. That's why we are suffering. Uh, the others, uh, I think, is helping me to be bring in the aspect of meaningful life. That's why, uh, in this aspect of you said that if I uh, going to these people that help me to attain this meaningful life, uh, you are finding uh, you are finding to
So what will I do? I mean, what will I do? How will you console me with my suffering? Because anyway, the point of Buddha is to alleviate me with the suffering I'm experiencing. So how will you console me based on Buddha's notion of suffering? What will I do?
so the thing that you is to understand that suffering
Because with Buddha, no, like you said, addiction, attachment, the best solution is to let go of all of them. So what will I do? I will let go of the public officials, the politicians, that is a cause of the suffering I'm experiencing. I will go out of the country. What will I do?
so it is not the real uh, real purpose of life to be in other things, but you understand the life of uh, based on yourself, that the suffering is that is uh, the reality of existence, that you are in this world. You are need to experience this suffering uh, because it is the one that makes you uh, to be a great uh, uh, great being that
So
that's it, Father.
you're implying that anyway I have to accept all these people. I have to accept my situation, that this is all right. That is part of my way of knowing the meaning of life. So I will not do anything about these people.
Can you repeat it, Father?
I mean, what I'm saying is, so you're implying to me that this is part of life, just understand the situation. So meaning I will just tone down my thinking that this is part of life. I will just accept it as it is. So the people who are causing my suffering, I will just consider it as part of life.
In a sense that it is a part of a love.
I will not do anything. I will not do something to alleviate that suffering.
So in this which I will base you will base in the love and suffering, uh, this makes more beyond in the understanding because you are uh, based on the emotional suffering that makes you degrade or down your life to the people to uh, to understand the meaningful life. To but this suffering you experience in the world is just is to touch that you are uh, embracing the to the liberation of yourself from the cycle of suffering.
So when will I experience that liberation? At the end of my life.
Can you repeat, Father?
When will I experience that liberation? Sir, mentioning about it, the liberation of that suffering. So when will I experience that?
Liberation. Uh, uh, you understand very well that the suffering will cause you this, which makes you uh, uh, make you bring into sickness or different kinds of pain. Uh, this liberations is a way to uh, that you understand that suffering is the reality of existence.
So I will just accept it. Tanggapin ko na lang lahat. Kahit masakit sa akin. Sige. Okay. Thank you. Uh, Ma'am Paula, do you have any like to say? Okay. So I think that's all. So thank you, Alfred. So may I ask those who are here to please leave the room as we discuss about the result of your defense. Thank you, Alfred. Congratulations. not suffering anymore. So this is nirvana. This is already nirvana for you. So based on our test mic. So based on our evaluation, you pass. Depends. The only thing is you need to make a major revision of your thesis. Specifically, since we were discussing here regarding the use of Confucianism and Taoism in your thesis, I think you need to make something about that. Anyway, you can ask the opinion or the advice of Ma'am Paula, your advisor, on how you will do about with your major revision. Okay? So again, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Father.